Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you'd like to see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Draft Day Sports College Football 2019, episode 21 here in the series. We're wrapping up season number 3. We've already wrapped up the games. We finished 5-7, winning 3 of the final 4 games, which was fantastic. It's a really good year for us, all things considered. You know, low prestige, low coaching ability, low level of recruiting, all that good stuff. So, it all feels good. However, I tried a new approach to recruiting, going after the scraps, going after the players that nobody else was recruiting. So far, not paying off. I literally have 0 recruits right now, with just 3 weeks to go in the recruiting season. So, big experiment, had high hopes, really getting worried right now. Really getting worried. Let's get to it though, so that makes this a recruiting special as we wrap up this season. I still have 62 recruiting points, 105 scouting points. I've got a scholarship left to offer, so there is stuff going on regarding this. And, oh man, please, oh please, do not fail me. Get me in there. Let's go with the 14 scholarship offers I have right now. And let's see if we still have a chance on these guys. So we have corner. We're the only ones after him. Another corner. The only one that's after him. Defensive tackle. Still looking good for all of these guys. And you can see interest is actually starting to go up for a lot of them because we're the only ones recruiting them into 4-star guys. Ohio State, Shirley. Okay. We're probably going to lose him. Maybe I wait one more week. USC in for Adam Lay. Both of those guys are low, so I doubt we have much of a chance of getting them. By the way, report certainty not there. Let's go ahead and spend 10 points on that so we can lock that down. Same here. And I already lost one, and I've lost track. Nicholas. I'll lose that one as well. That's both defensive ends are on the way out. Oh my goodness. And Kruger, everybody and their mother are after him. So let's go ahead and revoke that. That's a strong safety. Alright, so we're going to need a strong safety for sure. I don't know where that other position went to. The one who was gone. A lot easier if this was organized by position, not just randomly. Okay, quarterback, running back, two receivers, one guard, one tackle. I don't have a center. Let's see, defensive tackle. We're about to lose 2 defensive ends from the looks of it. So that could be where I spend that other one. We're losing the linebacker. We just lost the strong safety because 3 teams were after him. So I need a strong safety. And the other one, I suppose, defensive end, because it looks like I'm going to lose both of them as well, though I also need a linebacker. But let's start with a defensive end and a strong safety. Defensive end and strong safety. So let's start here, defensive end. And here is that strategy we're playing out this season. We're down to 3-star guys already. William Tracy out of Baltimore, Maryland. Alright, so we're in for William Tracy, and then go in on a strong safety. Like that, I don't have to change this. There we go. Claudio Meyer out of Las Vegas, 3-star recruit. Strong safety, so we are getting down there a ways, but the rank is 684. I mean, this isn't the worst player out there. This is on the upper end of the 3 stars. Remember, most of the 3-star players I got a season ago when we went from like 118 recruit rank to 88th. Most of those 3-star guys were, down here, 1600, 1800, 2000. Okay, so Meyer, 10 points, 20 points, schedule an interview, offer a scholarship, there we go. Now we still have recruiting, scouting points, so I suppose I could get that linebacker right now, but there actually might already be. I'm going to go back to my targets and see who is left that I'm not targeting any longer. There we go. Wow, there's 4 players going to Oregon State that we've been after. All of these guys have signed. Except Kruger, who we just took off the list. Why don't I keep the 10 points after Kruger? We'll just save the scholarship offer. And that means there was no other fallbacks. Let's see if there were. Linebacker? No. So why don't I go back here, and since I have recruiting points, we'll look at linebacker. Because it looks like we're going to need one. Here we go. Pearl City, Hawaii. Okay, and then we will spend 10. Oh, I don't have any scholarships to offer right now. Okay, that was linebacker. I'm going to probably need another defensive end, so let's start checking that one out. There's a 3-star guy. Hansen. So we'll do 10 and 10 there. No point really using the rest of that. I'm not strong recruiting. This is really about getting the leftovers. Getting the players that nobody else wants. And nothing else is going to work on that front, I don't think. So Week 14. Come on, somebody sign for me. Somebody sign for me. You're running out of options. Like, I'm your only option. Still nobody signed. And a whole bunch of guys just signed for other teams. Both defensive ends, the linebacker, the strong safety, but also another strong safety. Okay, we already let him go. And a guard. So James Anderson, somebody came in for him, and out of nowhere he signed. Also Larry Hansen, the one that nobody else was after. Tennessee just swept him up. So, ouch. Okay, Jolly. Ooh, amazing potential for this 3-star linebacker. Meyer. Average. Above average for Tracy. Johnson. About average and about average. That Anderson just signed for somebody else out of nowhere. Wow, look at that. The team developing this week, finally. So, yeah, who did we lose? Who was my amazing? Jolly. Linebacker. Jolly. Did not sign with anybody else. No, he did not. Please be available. 2 weeks to go. Still no recruits. Getting really freaking scared here. Lost 4 guys this week. But I was expecting 3 of those. So 3 out of 4 were expected. Let's see who is left. Our 11 that are left. This is all coming down to nobody else taking you. There's 4 that we should get. There's 5 that we should get. 6. 8. There's all the 3-star guys that are left. 9. 10. Okay, all 11 are still there. That's 1 defensive end, so we're going to need another. Go with who we're left recruiting now. Okay. There is Carpenter. Carpenter not being recruited by anybody else. But a cornerback. That's not who I was going for. Let's see here. Here's Jolly. Okay. Daniel Jolly with his amazing potential. Strength is great. Agility is exceptional. Intelligence is great. Tackling is great. He's got remarkable speed. Yeah, okay. Offer. Nice. Okay. Well, there's one. We got our linebacker back, and I'm very happy with this one. So we've got a linebacker potentially. That's 12. Well, what else did we lose? We lost 2 defensive ends. We replaced 1. So I'm going to need to replace the other still. And then we lost the guard, right? Yeah. So guard and another defensive end. And then we'll go from there for the last one. So a guard and a defensive end. So let's go both. A guard. We're already down to 3-star guys here. At least we're still in the decent territory in terms of recruit level. Sad thing is I'm kind of taking my chances on what I get, but considering how bad we are, they're really gonna be about as good, if not better, than what I have realistically. Okay, so that was a guard. We need a defensive end. Parker's already, yeah. Ohio State hasn't signed though. I wonder if I should use my extra on that, just in case maybe they didn't offer him a scholarship, right? It's possible. Could be worth a shot. Okay, so Wells, that guy, next highest rank. So why don't we try that? You never know, right? You never know. I have one left. So I'm going to take Parker, who's been unsigned all this time, and only one team is after him, and maybe they've been stupid enough to not offer him a scholarship. Not likely, but you never know, right? You never know. That's all the scholarships out. Now, literally, he's the only player on my list that is being recruited actively by any other school. I'm just hoping that I'm the only one who went in with a scholarship offer for him. Meanwhile, top 25 rankings, Houston, 12-0 on top. Alabama, LSU, and Louisville, the others in the top 4. I'm looking for another one of these guys that's only being recruited by one school. That maybe, just maybe. 3-star fullback, no. Here you go. Waylon Chaney. 3-star, recruit rank is 330. Quarterback. So 10 points. And that's pretty much it on the scouting points, so we'll just see what we get out of him. Should be clear, good. Alright, getting down to it. One more week, week 15. 1 week to go still after this. Can I get anyone to sign for me? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at that. We got some recruits. Here. Week 16 summary. Smoot, Meyer, Kirkwood, Tracy, Soriano, Bradley, Jolly signed, Cascio, Wells, Thiel, Johnson, Traylor, West, Keenan, all signed. Here's what we lost. Angelo Parker, defensive end, 5-star guy, went to Ohio State. No loss. Saw that one coming. Carpenter, who I didn't even have an offer in, backup recruit, 3-star guy, quarterback. We lost him. But holy cow, look at all those commits this week. Let's see. Cheney, about average potential. But we got our guy Parker. Actually, only about average potential, but he did have an offer. That was the thing. I was hoping maybe he didn't. Wells, about average. Keenan, about average. But none of these guys are terrible, and they're all decent 3-star recruits. I mean, we just landed a whole slew of 3-star recruits, and the team actually developed a little bit here this week. That is all good. That is all good. It has paid off, not with 4-star recruits, sadly, but a whole team of 3-star recruits coming. What's left? What is left? Let's go targets. Let's go with offers. Recruiting. Okay, Cheney's the only guy we got left. So the one spot. Cheney was just average. We have 1 week to go. We have one scholarship left. We could go with that Hail Mary. We've got the 14 guys we needed. We signed everything we needed. This is an extra scholarship. I needed, 7, 10. I needed 13. We've already got 14. So we already got a bonus. It's wide receiver, I think. Yeah, we only needed one. We took 2. So we've already got every need filled, plus an extra wide receiver. And we still have one scholarship offer left. I don't think I want to offer it to Cheney. I don't need 2 quarterbacks coming in. The one we got, Charles West, was my favorite guy anyway. And Cheney just came out average. So let's go back to the not recruiting. There's nobody from my list. This is now all. 3 stars and above have all signed on. We've got a top wide receiver pick still. Do I want to go for an extra wide receiver? I don't have any centers this season. Could maybe sign a center, Tang. Nobody's after him. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I've already got an extra wide receiver, but I have not recruited a center. So this is my guy. Offer. Schedule. It's too late to go after anyone else. That's it. That's my last scholarship offer, so I don't need to bother with these points. Joseph Tang, last guy we go after. Conference championships this week. For Mountain West, that's Boise State, Fresno State. We'll go back to week 16, see how that went. Oh, it goes straight into the bowl games. Can I go back to week 16? There we go. So, Alabama wins. Tight contest against Tennessee. Boise State wins against Fresno State easily. Houston beating UCF to keep their perfect record. Clemson beating Virginia Tech. My Oregon Ducks beating UCLA for the Pac-12 championship. Rutgers beating Minnesota. Wow, there's a surprise for you. Rutgers winning the Big Ten. And Texas in overtime beating Oklahoma State for the Big 12. Joseph Tang did sign, so we got him. So, scraps, scary, very scary, but it did work out. Now, we'll see what that does for recruit rank, though. We'll see where our class ranked. All 3-star guys, I think that's a huge improvement, but I didn't necessarily get the ones with the highest potential here and there. If I had been scouting nothing but 2 and 3-star guys the whole time instead of trying to go after 4 stars, which I ended up getting literally 0 of those players, maybe I would have had better results. I could have had guys with better potential. So maybe not necessarily the best, but a lot of those recruits are like top 500. Maybe I can go back and look at that as we have LSU. The 4, okay, so the top 4 did stay the same. Nobody outside of that. Your BCS bowl games, this next group down there is Rutgers in 8th. Boise State in 9th in the nation. Fully scouted. Above average potential. Good. So there you go. We got our guy. We didn't lose anybody else because there was nobody else who we were after besides that one quarterback, which looks like he might not have signed with anyone. William Ware, some improvement. Bernard Mills, some improvement. Camo, better agility. Alrighty. Hey, I am super excited that we were able to get all 15 recruits, not the top players. So our scraps were the scraps of the scraps. I couldn't get the 4-star guys, but a lot of good 3-star talent. Can I look back on that and see what let's see. My commits. Targets only. Here we go. So recruit rank. Well, these guys are down around 1,000. These guys aren't so good. Okay, it's the later ones that I got that are good. These were the ones that I was in for early. These are my typical 3-star recruits that I've been after in the past. The ones that I looked into. That's why they were at the top of the list. Here's the scraps that I picked up at the end. Guys that are ranked around 300, 400, 500, 600. Much better than the other recruits that I got. So actually, at least according to rank, I did better waiting and getting the scraps. It was freaking scary not having anyone signed till the last 2 weeks, but we got all 15. Why? Because nobody else was actively recruiting them. Now, if they had, I almost certainly would have lost out, which is what happened with all the 4-star guys. But it did pay off, kind of. For now, while we have a piece of garbage like this in charge of the team, that scraps thing, it works. It works. Okay, bowl games. Can we do it this way? We'll miss Virginia Tech. Ole Miss taking the win. Surprising to see them that high, but there they are. These are the BCS bowl games, by the way. Oregon and Louisville, huge matchup. Louisville for the win. Whew. Here's Boise State against Rutgers. Rutgers having a huge season. Boise State dominating the Mountain West this year. And it's Rutgers 20-9. Other top 10 matchup in Tennessee and Texas. Texas winning that one 41-28 on a 20-point fourth quarter for the come from behind victory. Here's Washington and Oklahoma State. That's okay State for that one. Nice, they have their own bowl game. Miami beating Oklahoma. Good job, Miami. Oops, I'm not supposed to play favorites. Stanford beating Minnesota. Huge fourth quarter for them, 21 points. Also a come-from-behind victory. I think we are far enough... well, no. We're not. We're not far enough along. Yeah, sure we are. We'll simulate the week. We're down to the minor bowl games. Let's see what happens here. We'll come back in, see the semifinals, the championship. Oh, see, there you go. We've advanced to the playoffs. So, Georgia beat Iowa. Michigan State beat Florida. South Carolina, huge victory over Virginia. Toledo winning a close one over Northern Texas. Northern Illinois shutting out New Mexico State. San Diego State over Southern Miss. There's Fresno beating USC. Wow, good for them. Scroll quickly through here. Arizona State upsetting Colorado State. Navy and Air Force playing one another. Navy winning that. There's an interesting matchup. Ohio State and Washington State, both of them struggling quite a bit this year. Okay, now on to the big stuff. Semifinal games, LSU, Houston. It is Houston winning that one 30-20. LSU trying to come back. They only had 3 points until the fourth quarter. Clemson upsetting Alabama. There's a matchup for the ages that we've seen time and time again in recent years, but Clemson beating Alabama 29-10. So, national championship game, Houston and Clemson. I'd show you the box score, but the box score is not going to mean much. We don't know the players. Maybe the national championship. 31-30. Oh my goodness, what a game. But it's Clemson. Clemson coming out on top. 31-30. Houston, strange point total there, 11. Yeah, that's a box score worth seeing just for the score line. How did they get 11? Is that they got 8 because they went for 2 and then got a field goal? How do you get 11? That is such a strange total. Houston led early. Clemson then taking the lead. Couple field goals. There's the point differential. the odd one. Leveling the score. 30-yard field goal for a 4-point halftime lead. So 17-13 Clemson with a final seconds field goal to end the half. Then they stretch that lead to get up by 11 before, in the third quarter, Houston gets 5 points because they went for 2, which would have cut it to a field goal, and that makes sense at that point to go for 2. But the conversion was failed, leaving the end of third quarter score a 5-point lead for Clemson, 24-19. Then, 2-point conversion. 2-point conversion here. So, it's good to give. So they tried twice. Failed the first, converted the second. Houston makes up what they lost, so basically they end up with 14 out of those 2 touchdowns for a 3-point lead. Then a field goal put them up by 6 with 2:21 left. And first play, line of scrimmage, 89-yard pass for the touchdown with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. That's one play because that's 13 seconds off the clock. Houston cannot come back and score again in the final 2 minutes after they get the ball back, and they lose 31-30. Wow. What a game that is. First downs, Houston had the advantage. Yardage was pretty close to the same. Houston passing the ball much better than Clemson. But yards per pass, Clemson had the edge, probably thanks to the 89-yard pass. It's like Houston did a little bit better besides that one massive play. Turnovers, a lot of them in the game. 3 and 2. Both were intercepted twice. Dang. Alright, well there you have it. Your national champion again. Clemson Tigers. Nearly a minor taking it. Houston, the Cougars, so freaking close. Undefeated in the regular season, winning their conference championship, getting to the national semifinal, beating LSU, and losing by 1 point in the national championship. So close, yet so far. Final rankings, Houston and Alabama, of course, topped. No, not final rankings. That hasn't updated yet. That's the old ranking still. Alright, well, most outstanding player goes to the Houston quarterback. He had a huge year. Clemson's free safety gets defensive player of the year. And it's almost all Houston and Clemson on my top players list. The Houston running back also took the Outstanding Running Back Award, 1,280 yards for him, though only 9 touchdowns on the ground, 10 total for the season. Senior Bowl. Skip that. That's not something that matters for me. Prestige update. We increased 2 in prestige this season. Woot woot, yay. Sorry. That's minor. Let's do it. End of the season. So we made it through another year. 3rd year now in the books. 5-7, and here we go. End of season report. Player transferring, redshirt freshman running back Stewart, a 74 overall, has transferred out. And the players leaving the graduating class: Kelly, an 85 tight end; Jones, the 83 quarterback, along with Mills. Kind of glad to get those two. Remember, that was such a struggle 2 years ago when we had just one win. Gary is on his way out, the 82 running back. Couple tackles. Hudo, our leading pancake guy the last couple of years, though they were only just over 80. And then a lot of players that didn't necessarily have an impact. So I'm hoping that we're going to be even stronger this next season. All right, ready to advance. We'll see. I'm really curious about where that recruit class ranking is going to end up as we push into the new year. Prestige, despite our struggles, went up by 2, so making progress. We're going from worst to first. No, not this season, but we're getting there. We're getting better. Hopefully we'll see some coach improvement. Okay, staff. I still have both of my guys back. I do have one, Ernie Fields, down to his last year, and he wants a new contract. And he's pretty good. A lot of flexibility, good loyalty. He's a good recruiter. Decent scouter. Coaching of offense is pretty weak, but I'm less worried about that. I'm trying to build this team first and foremost through getting better at recruiting. So 5 years, $3 million. That's $1 million more than he was making, but I have a lot of budget, so it's okay. We'll keep him. Again, with a prestige of 36, it's not like we're gonna, go out there and sign somebody amazing or anything. They're making more than I am, but can I fire me? I can fire me. Oh, tempting. Profile. No change yet. Jeez. I'm tempted to fire me, but that's not how this works. Not how this works. See, this will go up by $1 million. We'll still have $3.5 million for scouting. Okay, signed the contract extension. Good. So we keep our guy. Good. Signing day. Here's our upcoming schedule for the year. Just 5 road games this year at Ohio, UNLV, Air Force, Boise State, so there's a couple losses. Nevada, so kind of the toughest teams in the conference on the road, but then that should give us an advantage at home. Oh, of course. Louisville. Yeah, we really wanted that one on the schedule. But we do get Hawaii, San Diego State, New Mexico all at home. So, got a chance at some wins. Kansas won't be easy, but Kansas has been down of late. See, here's a familiar sight. Notre Dame in the top 10 in the preseason rankings, and then not in the rankings at the end of the season. Though they've had a couple exceptions to that, like playing in a semifinal. getting absolutely blown out. It's the most overrated team in the last 30 years by far. And yes, I will keep dissing on them. Sorry if you're a fan, but everybody's got to have that one program that just drives them nuts. For me, that's it. There's others that I don't mind seeing, fall off the high horse because, it's time for somebody else. And even, Clemson's reaching that point. But, yeah. Okay, so signing day, and this is where we should get those recruit class rankings. Hopefully. Got all our guys. Ooh, look at that. Better than the group that just graduated. Better than those that just graduated. Kirkwood is an 85. Myers an 84. Bradley is an 84 at wide receiver. That is huge for us as we've struggled so much at that position. Thiel an 83. Both defensive ends at 82 along with the tackle. The center who we signed at the last moment is an 81 already. Keenan is an 80. So all of those players 80 or above already as true freshmen. And then some 79, 78s. And this is an outstanding recruiting class. West was a bit lower down, and that's okay. He's still a 77. And Smoot, the only one that's a bit disappointing, at a 75. The class rank, not much higher than the last one, 80. But that's big. That's big for us. We are going in the right direction. We're on to training camps. It's that part of the year, but I'm also out of time. Let me see if there's been any sort of change yet. Profile, nothing. Still the same. I don't know if it hasn't updated yet or if I'm really still not developing anywhere anyhow. That's worrying. There should be development in attribute fields, right? Shouldn't there? I hope so. Alright, well, that brings an end to the year. Rank goes up a little bit. Prestige goes up a little bit. I think the players coming in were better than the players going out as seniors. So, looking forward to it. Team's getting stronger. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm a Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.